The killing of a 15-year-old Missouri boy who begged for his life during a deadly ambush is fueling a wave of outrage, with Republican leaders pointing to the suspect's illegal immigration status and demanding government officials support tougher border enforcement. Unfortunately, this is just the latest example of a Missourian killed by an illegal alien, Senator Eric Schmitt, Republican Missouri, said, calling for sweeping deportation efforts. Representative Eric Burleson, Republican Missouri, said the killing underscores concerns about public safety, adding that dangerous individuals who should not be here remain in our communities.
That Operation Rough Rider was executed flawlessly. So was, by the way, Midnight Hammer. So you can't really call that into a question. There's no confidential or classified information that was disclosed. And again, I think the bigger concern that you didn't have a hue and cry about from the Democrats was when Secretary Lloyd Austin went in for a medical procedure, was incapacitated, and didn't tell the president. Literally, we had a Secretary of Defense that wasn't on duty and nobody knew about it. Like, that's a real problem. This was a nothing burger, and that's what the IG report that I read last week in the SCIF indicated.
It said it was a risk to operational security.
But it wasn't. It wasn't. There was no... Listen, remember when this scandal, so-called scandal started, it was about classified information being disclosed. It wasn't classified information. So again, you pivot to this sort of sensitive information, but there was no risk. There was no risk. And by the way, I'll point out, Signal is approved by the U.S. government for communications. And so if you want to have a broader discussion about that, we probably can. But I think the bigger issue was, you know, in the previous administration, you had real operational risk. You had a department, you had a Secretary of Defense that was incapacitated in a surgery, and nobody knew about it for days. That's a problem.